If you grew up in the 90s, you know exactly what I mean when I say this technology back then just felt different. It wasn't about screens in our faces all day. It was about moments. That dial-up sound you could hum from memory. The joy of holding a brand new Game Boy in your hands. The thrill of a Tamagotchi surviving the school day without dying on you. It was a time when gadgets weren't just tools, they were little adventures. And even though they've been gone for decades, some part of us still wants them back. So today, let's dust off those memories and look at 10 tech fads from the 90s. We still secretly want in January 2025, the beeper pager. In the 90s, if you had a beeper clipped to your belt, you were somebody. Maybe a doctor, maybe a business person, or maybe just a teenager who convinced their parents it was for emergencies. It didn't do much, just flashed a number, sometimes a little code you and your friends made up. But that was the magic. You'd see the number, feel a little rush, and hunt for the nearest payphone to call back. It wasn't instant, it wasn't constant, but when your pager buzzed, it mattered. Cell phones took over, and pagers faded away. Still, wouldn't it be nice to have something that only asked for your attention when it really needed it? 2. Game Boy was see-through in the 90s. You were basically a rock star. You could see the wires, the colorful boards, the little chips working together like magic. That atomic purple Game Boy Color, iconic. Those clear landline phones with flashing lights, everyone wanted one. It made technology feel alive, like you were peeking inside its heart. Today, everything's sleek, black or silver. Pretty sure, but a little soulless. We've lost that wow factor you felt just by looking at your gadget. 3. Dial-up internet. It was slow. It was noisy. It tied up the phone line so no one could call. But the moment you heard that screeching, clicking connection sound, you knew something exciting was about to happen. Logging on wasn't instant. It was an event. Chat rooms, weird little websites, and email chains that made you laugh for days. Broadband and Wi-Fi replaced it all. But there's something we lost when the internet stopped being a place you went to and became a place you never left. For Tamagotchis, that tiny egg-shaped gadget with a pixelated pet inside, it ruled playgrounds. You had to feed it, play with it, clean up after it. If you didn't, well, let's just say the funeral was a sad day. We cared for those little creatures like they were real. Sneaking it into class, pressing buttons under the desk, hoping the teacher wouldn't notice. It was simple, but it taught us patience and maybe responsibility. You can still find virtual pets today, but none of them have the charm of that little beeping friend on a keychain. 5. VHS tapes and rewinding. Sliding a VHS into the VCR was like starting a ritual. Gentle whir of the machine, the slightly fuzzy picture, the warm, cozy feeling of movie night. And yes, you had to rewind it when you were done. Be kind. Rewind wasn't just a saying, it was a sign of respect. DVDs and streaming made things easier, but we lost that tangible connection holding a movie in your hand. Hearing it click into place, watching the static fade into the opening scene. 6. Disposable cameras. You had 24, maybe 36 shots, no do-overs. You wound the wheel, pressed the button, and hoped for the best. Then you waited days, sometimes weeks, to get them developed. Opening that envelope was pure excitement. Some shots were perfect, others were blurry or had someone's finger in the corner. But they were yours, little frozen moments you didn't stage or edit. Today we can take hundreds of pictures instantly. But maybe we lost the magic of not knowing what we'd captured until later. 7. CD Walkmans. Pop in a disc, snap the lid shut, put on those foam-covered headphones. And suddenly, the world had a soundtrack. You learned to walk without jostling too much, or the song might skip. You carried a little stack of your favorite albums everywhere. MP3 players replaced them, and then our phones replaced those. But there was something deeply satisfying about holding your music in your hands, about choosing one album and living inside it for the whole day. 8. Nintendo 64 parties. For controllers, my place. Tonight. That's all it took to fill a living room. Mario Kart, GoldenEye, Super Smash Bros. You'd trash talk. Laugh so hard you couldn't breathe, and maybe fight over who had to use the bad controller. One screen, one couch, a room full of friends. Now we play online, and it's convenient. But it's not the same as hearing your best friend yell "no fair" right next to you. 9. Clip-on cell phone accessories before every phone looked the same. We made them ours. Flashing antennas, dangling charms, snap-on faceplates in neon colors or wild patterns. Those pure personality hanging from your pocket or purse. Somewhere along the way, phone design got serious, slick, minimal, safe. Maybe it's time to bring a little fun back to the devices we carry every single day. 10. AOL Instant Messenger AIM was more than a chat app. It was the after-school hangout. You had your buddy list, your away message with just the right song lyric. That little door-opening sound when a friend logged on? It wasn't constant like texting. You'd log in, see who was around, and settle in for long, silly conversations. Today, we're always connected. But AIM felt like a place you went. And when you logged off for the night, it meant something. The 90s gave us more than just gadgets. They gave us stories, memories, that sense of wonder every time you opened the box and plugged something in for the first time. Sure, technology today is better in every measurable way, but sometimes better isn't the same as special. What about you? Which 90s tech would you bring back if you could? Tell us in the comments, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, give this video a like, subscribe, and join us next time for another story from Gone in America.